Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway just took place. But before we get into that, we're going to start with the previous UFC event, Brandon Moreno versus Lonnie Kavanaugh. I thought this was a great fight, great showcase from Lonnie. Very handsome guy, would definitely do things to him if I was gay. It was also really upsetting to see because Brandon Moreno was one of my favorite fighters when I first started watching. And now it really does, it's kind of cemented that he's on his decline a bit in his career. He's not sustainably showing up. He's looking progressively slower almost every fight. I mean, in fights previous to this, even in the Tetsuro fight where he clearly lost, he looked a lot slower and just not himself. It's just insane to me to think that this guy who has a insane trilogy with Davis and Figueiredo is now losing to people and contenders like Lonnie Kavanaugh. Even though Lonnie's great, it's just an insane fall from grace, and it is really upsetting. I love my Lego building king, you know what I mean? Taking a look at it retrospectively, though, this man is like probably in his mid-30s by now and fighting for like 15 years. It does take its toll, and UFC flyweights are the fastest and the most nimble and the most agile. And it's the youngest division, so those leg kicks from Lonnie were absolutely fucking insane. Definitely killed Brandon's calf, killed his movement. It's insane. But yeah, Lonnie looks really good, both physically and fight-wise. Yeah, he's a handsome guy. I'm sorry. Kind of looks like a little like frat English boy. Also love his tats. Like I'm actually jealous of this tattoo right here is absolutely phenomenal. Like I would have it somewhere on my body. Anyway, I'm gonna get off his tip. But yeah, moving on to this past weekend's event, I believe it was UFC 326. We had a pretty decent main card, but I'm not gonna lie, the card overall kind of fucking stunk. Only 3 fights on the prelims, making the time span like an hour and a half between the prelims and the early prelims. Mudarji needs to fucking move up. He's absolutely insane. He's an actual skinwalker, a stick figure human being, an absolute weight bully, but he gets the job done against Aguilar. That was pretty entertaining. Other than Rodolfo Bellato getting that fucking knockout, the early prelims stunk ass. And then moving on to the actual prelims, it was kind of just disappointment after disappointment. Really fucking no names, absolute fucking no names. I was excited to see Ricky Tercios maybe get in there and tear something up. That dude's always been kind of fucking weird. The Tony Ferguson references and comparisons since he started fighting on like Contender and shit, or Dana White's Contender, Tough, I forget which fucking one, have always been bizarre to me. I mean, yes, he's a little bit of an odd striker, definitely unorthodox and fucking weird, but when you're trying to manage distance and fake out fighters by going, you're gonna get your ass cheeks clapped in, as we saw, and he's just consistently losing by decision over and over, and this man's now 32 going on 33 or something like that. He should be in his prime, and if this is him in his prime, he's definitely not going to go up from here. Not sure if I agreed with the Cody Brundage decision either, as much as I hate to say, because I hate the guy. I think he might have won that fight. But moving on to the main card was actually fantastic. Other than Meat stinking it up with the fucking boring grappling and not really going for subs. Drew Dober keeps his alias alive. Drew Dober is definitely for the people. No kidding, but yeah, no, seeing Dober actually like go up to Johnson behind backstage before their fight and say like, hey man, listen, those memes are blowing up. My heart hurts that my name is associated with these racist memes, and my niece is going to school and they're coming up to her and saying, do you know that your uncle's racist? It's actually really fucked up, but it is kind of funny at the same time. The way Dober goes out there and makes quick work of Johnson. The betting scandals were kind of interesting, seeing that Johnson was a slight favorite like a couple days out from the fight, and then like the night before Dober became an extreme favorite. A little strange, but that's the fucking UFC. Scandals and underpaid people. This Paramount shit. I like the Paramount deal because, you know, I don't have to pay 85 fucking dollars to see Raquel Pennington fucking get beat up by Juliana Pena and her big fucking mouth. But I'm noticing a lot more like crashing and a lot more pausing. They need to really get their shit together. They need to also put out better cards. RDR and Kaio was kind of interesting. Kaio's just really good, man. Kaio has good footwork, has decent power, and RDR sucks when he gets hit. His reactions are terrible. He turns away, turns his body completely, does a complete fucking 180, just going like this. Defensively, he kind of stinks. But yeah, then the main event, Charles put on an absolute masterclass against Holloway, completely Khabib'd him. And honestly, this is kind of how you take care of Max Holloway. If you're not an extremely elite striker, or you don't have the power like Ilya. Alves did his thing. He took him down. His takedown entries have gotten phenomenally better over the course of his career, and he did win those striking exchanges when they did happen, shockingly. But it's him just kind of pressing forward and being wild and being very adamant and pressing those fucking takedowns. picked him up and ragged on like he was nothing. I'm not shocked, though. He's a pretty strong guy, and Max is still, you know, he was a career featherweight, moving up now just kind of recently. He's never had great takedown defense. Nobody's really tested that. Even Volk didn't really have to wrestle him much in their trilogy, which is insane to me that he spent, you know, like an hour and a half almost with him in the ring and didn't really wrestle much. Or Ilya for that matter, but Charles did his thing. It wasn't the most exciting fight, but at least he was going for subs. I'm kind of shocked, I'm not going to lie. In some of those moments, I really thought Max was going to tap. I mean, his forehead was fucking red. It looked like it was about to burst. The veins were popping. Great showcasing, more than a great fight. I think the entertainment could have been a little higher, but, you know, that's just how it is with a lot of these events now. Unless you have like an Alex Pereira main event, which Alex has been, you know, the UFC's little star boy saving events. It's just going to be what it's going to be. But overall, this really wasn't a bad card. But yeah, please subscribe, like, comment. Thanks for watching.